Twin flame eye contact. Why is it so intense? What does it mean? What does it have to do with the twin flame connection? I'm going to share my experience and help you understand what you may be experiencing in your union when looking into your twin flame's eyes. So first, let's start with my awakening and kind of my sharing a little bit about the beginning of my journey, and you might resonate, might have some takeaways here. But the way that I woke up to the twin flame journey was with that intense twin flame eye contact. First, I experienced a false twin flame prior to revealing that twin flame is false and meeting my true twin flame. But just because that was my journey doesn't mean that that's the same for you. That doesn't mean that, oh gosh, this intense eye contact that I'm having, it could be my false twin flame. You have to trust your heart and follow your own journey. But for me, it was first with a false twin flame. And so the way that it happened for me was that I was working, this person was my coworker. We were really good friends for many years. And we felt like we had a very, just a deep connection. Like there was a knowing. Something felt very familiar about the connection. And as time went by and as we got closer, or what I thought we were getting closer, looking back now, I was just getting close with like the image that I thought I or the who I thought this person was. It was a perception that I had. But throughout that perception and believing that we were getting closer with my false twin flame, we had this one moment where there was, we encountered each other at work, and I looked at my false twin flame and they looked at me, and there was like all of this magnetism and this intense energy. It felt like all of this passion and basically feelings that I had literally never felt before, ever, with any romantic partner or any love interest. Like it was just, I guess intense is the best word to describe it. And it felt like maybe like a euphoric feeling. And I didn't want to look away, but I did look away because it was so intense and because the love was so strong. I was like, what is this? And immediately I did not know that I was experiencing a false twin flame. Prior to that, I knew that there was something going on, but I thought maybe it was a soulmate, or I wasn't really sure on what was happening to me. And that same weekend, after that intense eye contact experience, I started seeing number synchronicities. Like everything started changing, and that was when my spiritual awakening occurred. But it always really like stuck with me. What was that? And it would happen, off and on, but not as intense as it did that one time, that first initial like intense moment of eye contact. And I would always feel into it. And, then of course, twin flames experience the bubble phase most often. And then after the bubble phase pops, you experience, runner chaser dynamic. Not everyone will experience that, but I did experience the runner chaser dynamic. And in my experience, I was the chaser after the bubble phase. It popped and all of the upsets, all of the upheaval began coming up. And then I was awakening to the fact that I was on a twin flame journey. I started chasing because I thought the love was outside of myself. But we're not going to go into that. We're going to stay focused on the eye contact. And so as I, deepened into my spiritual journey, and I really unpacked like why did that happen? And fast forward to being in harmonious union with my twin flame. We've had those moments, but I always like, where did that come from? Like what was that? And you got to first understand, the foundation of your union is God. God is the foundation of your harmonious twin flame union. And so throughout my studies and, my inner work and meditation, what I realized in that moment, that intense moment, was I was experiencing the perfection of my union with God, myself, and my twin flame, that intense eye contact and that euphoric feeling, that blissed out feeling, and that romance and passion. And I know if you're watching this video, you probably experienced that for yourself too. And it's so strong and so euphoric is probably the strongest word that I could put to it, but it's almost like you can't really even put words to the strength of the feeling or the intensity of the feeling. Probably intense and euphoric or maybe the best words that you could, or blissed out, that you could describe that eye contact to be like. But yeah, what that is you're experiencing, if you were right now in a perfect state of oneness with God, yourself, and your twin flame in perfect union, meaning there's absolutely no upsets, there's no triggers. It's just a complete divine state of peace and being. That is what you would experience in your union, except that intensity would then be grounded, right? It's a very normal, natural feeling, but it would be that euphoric, blissful feeling, but like 24/7 with your twin flame, because that's the truth of the perfection of your union, is that deep passion, that deep romance. And my spiritual teachers, Jeff and Shalia with Twin Flames Universe, they've actually spoke about, when twin flames come into perfect union, like, when you manifest your heaven on earth, basically what it feels when you're like in a perfect state of nirvana, where that passionate romance, those in love feelings, like that's just like your constant state of being with your twin flame, and the intimacy that you have with them is just like a constant state of being. And a lot of us experience, a lot of these dynamics when we first meet our twin flame. You have that euphoric, you have that intimacy, you have that strong sexual attraction and that sexual romance, and you have all of that. And then most oftentimes, that kind of doesn't fall apart, but there's a breaking apart of that, only because there's a lot of stuff in your vibration that's not in alignment with all of that love, and so you can't maintain that sustainably. And so as all of that love comes rushing in, then it triggers everything that's out of alignment with that perfection in your union, so that it can be upheaved and it can be healed through, that way that you can grow into sustainably maintaining that euphoric romance, passion, blissed out state of your union. And so basically that intense eye contact that we experience, that's just a taste of what it feels like to be in perfect state of oneness with your twin flame. And that taste, of that perfect oneness and that romance with your twin flame, it pulls you in, it keeps you wanting for more. And that was my experience, and that's what's kept me moving forward on my journey, is knowing that that's what, every time I heal an upset, that's what I'm deepening into. That's what I'm moving into with my true twin flame. For me, God had to move through a false twin flame, because my true twin flame and I, we were on totally different sides of, different areas of the world, like my twin flame in Norway and me in America. And so, because we were in such a deep state of physical separation, I had to experience a person in my reality that could trigger, that awakening, where my twin flame experienced a catalyst, as he calls it. And he also experienced that intense eye contact, and it hooks you, because it's a feeling that you just can't, it's of God. You can only experience that with God, and it pulls you in, it hooks you. And that's why so many people, once they awaken to their twin flame journey and you have those experiences, you're hooked, right? Not everyone wants to pursue it right now, but most of us do. I pursued it, and through studying the teachings of union as taught by Twin Flames Universe, Jeff and Shalia, I did manifest my harmonious union. And I do experience that blissful state of romance in my union, and we continue to deepen into that. And so know that that is for you too, that deep euphoric feeling. It's just that you got to clear out everything in your vibration that's not in alignment with that. And the way that you do that is you just do your inner healing work. It's really that easy. It requires you to look at yourself, at take full responsibility for the misalignments within your consciousness. And piece by piece, as you unpack that, you do manifest that beautiful feeling, beautiful moments that you've already experienced with your twin flame, or if you've not experienced that yet, you will. You will manifest that into your physical reality. And because your twin flame is your divine, eternal lover, you're going to experience that eternally, and it's only going to grow. And our minds can't even fathom, or put words to the feeling, because it's just a feeling that can only be felt for oneself. All right, so I hope that this video provides insights and awarenesses into that twin flame intense eye contact that we all experience. And if you've not experienced, you probably will at some point experience it if you're pursuing your twin flame journey. And if you have any more questions about that intense eye contact or that euphoric, blissed out feeling, just drop them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer those. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.